Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just doing the final few little fiddly bits and pieces to make sure that I have everything up for you today. And that will be marvellous. That's good, that's working. How are we? I hope we're all right. We're going to do scones today. Scones, scones, whatever you want to call them. We'll let that battle commence in the comments, shall we, today? Scones, as in cones with a S on the front, or scones, as in gone, scone, hey-ho. You decide. We are going to do scones, fruit and plain today, and we will see how it goes today. All right? We have got a little bit of feedback on the last show, and so we've tried to incorporate that into today's show with the details of what we're baking at the bottom. And we must say hello to Terry, who's just joined. We're going to do some comments because this is quite a quick bake. I haven't got everything quite ready yet because it is always a little bit frantic on a Saturday morning. It's quite a quick bake, so we're going to do comments sort of halfway through, and also then at the end while the scones are baking, because the scones only take about 10 minutes. So we could have a few comments while those are baking and a few little chats as well. That's what we're going to do today. Good morning to Terry, who's joined. Now, may have a few issues with the comments today. So Terry, if you're able just to write a quick comment, that would help figure out whether or not it's going to work for us today. So I hope you think it's slightly better quality video today. I am also recording it and going to be sticking it up onto YouTube. I hope you think it looks a little bit better. I'm using a different camera, not the onboard webcam today. And we shall see what goes on. Terry has done a quick comment, and so let's see whether or not it's going to refresh through. Let's have a look. Let's just have a check. Yeah. Oh yeah, that seems to work. Seems to go through. Let's have a look. Oh, but it's not going to give us your name. I think it's going to just give us a Facebook user. But never mind. We will work on that. I can tell you that Facebook user is Terry. Thank you, Terry, for that. Quick comment on the Facebook Live. Right, so it is going to be scones today. I'm going to stick the oven on. It's around 220. But because of my fierce oven, which is a fan oven, I don't know what you normally do. Do you take it down by 20? I'm going to go to 190 on the oven. I should have cut to the other camera really, and then you could have seen what was going on. Let's just sort that out. Let's get that zoomed down a little bit so that I can see who's joined and who's not. So yeah, same sort of image as last time. So the oven is there, and I've done it on 190. We're going to use the bottom oven, and we'll see how we get on. Today's recipe is being held open by this roses tin. Do you remember these roses tins when they used to be like 1.8 kilograms of sweets inside? Yeah, these massive tins. That's what's holding the recipe book open today. Although I've now got my rolling pin, so I could use that. So we're going to make 12 scones today. 3, do your maths, Wadey. 6 fruit, 6 plain. That's how we're going to roll today. Right, 100 grams of butter or margarine. So let's do that. Got my butter. I use clover as my sort of margarine, and I'm going to use a couple of spoons. Try not to get tangled up in my wires. Hopefully my sound is okay. Using a little lapel microphone down here for all you audio geeks. Right, what did I say? 100 grams. So, I made a cake last weekend as well with my son. We made a nice chocolate cake. I'll try and show you a picture a little later on. So that's 53, 68. Now the reason I'm doing these quite small is we've got to rub it together. That and the flour. That's 102. That will do nicely. Flour. Turn that off. So I'm going to use this bowl to do all the mixing in, and then we will move it into. I'm trying to debate whether or not to use the electric mixer today or not. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because scones are notoriously tricky to do. I think they kind of lure you into a false sense of they're easy because they're not many ingredients. So self-raising flour, 450 grams. So we've done 100 grams of butter and margarine, and we're doing 450 grams of flour. That will do. So that's 450 in there. And we've got to mix it up. Oh no, we've got to do a pinch of salt and some baking powder. Got the baking powder here. 2 teaspoons. This will give me an excuse to use my little spoon set. It's just over here. Got this for my for a wedding present. I'll show you on the big camera. So basically, it's a whole set of spoons, and they've got words on. Just see whether that's going to focus. Are you going to focus? Are you too close? I think you're trying to focus on my face. Let's go to the other camera. Okay, and it's got words like a pinch and quarter of a teaspoon and half a teaspoon. So we're after 2 teaspoons. So there's a teaspoon, and then it just comes off the ring and is there. 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. Lovely. Okay, baking powder. Pinch of salt. Got the salt over here. Never quite know what a pinch is going to be, so I'm going to do a few twists. That'll do. So I hope you enjoyed the other video. The other video on the site is Victoria Sponge that I did, which was the first mat in the kitchen. You can go back and see that another time if you want. Right then, rub the butter or margarine into the flour, salt and baking powder. Mix together with milk. So I need 300 mils of milk. So I purchased a new jug the other day. Now the question is, where is it? Where is it indeed? Just talk amongst yourselves while I just try and find. I brought a lovely new jug. Aha! Yes. Yeah. Well. Yes. Here it is. That'll I bet that's a nice view for Facebook. Right, here we go. Lovely new Pyrex jug. You gotta love them, haven't you? You have got to love them. Right, 300 mils of milk. We grab the milk. I've got a sign in the background here. I'm in the way of it. It says on air, but it's so bright and the camera focuses on my face, which is rather pleasant of it. So you can't really see it very well, but that's what it says. So my scones, Reuben and my wife Abby have joined the Facebook Live to say hello. Hello. Just sorting out the scones. So we've done that, and it's time to rub the butter and margarine in. I'm going to wash my hands because I've been over the floor a little bit. So I've always dreamt of running my own tea shop, and if I'm ever going to run it, I'm going to need to get my scones right, aren't I? Because otherwise I'm in for a bit of a disaster, which is why I thought I'd practice them today. So the only tip I've got is just use your fingers, just the tips of your fingers, not the palms of your hand, because that warms up the margarine. Some people say the margarine should be really cold, but I don't understand how you can get it in together. Right. So, got my 100 grams of margarine. Here we go. And I've got 450 grams of self-raising flour with a couple of teaspoons of baking powder and some salt in there, pinch of salt. So that's just going in there. That's marvellous. And so we also say hello to Jeff, who's just joined us. So we're now going to get our fingers in, just fingertips. It seems a lot of flour for not much margarine, but hey ho. So we're going to do that. So this is going to be a interesting job. So I'm trying to get it so that it stays just in my fingers, doesn't go anywhere near my palms. I don't profess to be a fantastic chef / baker, but that's the tip that I've got for you today. So I'm just going to do this. There's not much to talk about in terms of doing this, but you kind of do it until it's a sort of breadcrumby type mixture. And you've got no big bits of margarine or butter in. I don't think I've ever made it with butter before. My mum never used to cook with butter, so I've kind of never really cooked with it myself. Do you like my little scrolling graphic at the bottom there? It tells you what's going on. It's lovely, isn't it? And I've added a little sort of funky video to the background because it was all a bit black last time. I could make that more exciting, but I haven't yet. I need to make it sort of a bit more whimsical because, you know, we're only baking. Nothing exciting, nothing like serious. It's not the news. Right. I've really mixed that around. And I'm getting all of the margarine off my fingers. As it gets absolutely everywhere. Let's mix those last little bits in. It's almost sort of like a crumble mixture, really. I think with crumble you use plain flour, because this is self-raising, because what we want is some monster scones, not stones. Not stones, which I normally end up with. Right, I'll show you the consistency of that. In the future I'm thinking about using 2 iPhones. So this camera, this side camera here, that's an iPhone there. It produces a much redder, saturated image. You can see the difference between like my t-shirt, whereas this camera here, the main camera, which is a DSLR, just produces sort of a very straight image. Right, can I show you that? So it's sort of like breadcrumbs. It's all mixed in. All mixed in. I don't want any lumps or anything like that. Right. Time to wash the hands. I'll show you the picture of the chocolate cake me and my son made last week when the scones are baking, if you want. It's a similar recipe to what I did in Matt in the Kitchen #1, but just with 2 or 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, just to make it chocolatey, and I added a few chocolate drops in as well. We bought a mirror glaze. Right, that's done. Now the hard work. Mix together with the milk to a soft dough. So, I'm thinking I'm going to use my mixer for this, because, you know, it is the star of the show. And what I can do is I can be having that go. Yes, I'm going to do that. Right, we'll come back to this in a minute. We'll come back to that. Don't worry, all will be explained. I'm just going to grab the mixer. Okay, here we go. Here's the beast. Because I wanted to try and get as much air in it as possible, so that these scones rise, because that's my major problem, is they don't seem to rise for me. Right, gonna do that. If you don't know much about KitchenAid, which I don't know a huge amount, it's made in Michigan in the United States. It's where the company comes from. You sort of lock that in. I'm going to use this, which I'm going to use this, which is the sort of pouring shield to save getting splashed and things like that. So I'm going to whack that into there. We'll change the camera in a minute. Don't worry. Do not worry. So that's all in there. Because this is just going to save me arm ache, you see, which, you know, I'm all keen for. And the KitchenAid comes with three attachments. The whisk, the dough hook, which, you know, you could pretend to be Captain Hook. Ahar! And then the beater. This is the beater. It's a funny design, isn't it? And so we're going to use the beater, all right, because we need to mix everything together. Goes on there, twists around, and then locks into place. Right, let's get a different camera angle on this, eh? Let's move this over here. And we're going to go to main cam. And we're going to go down. We're going to go down, 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 down. Marvellous. Good. You might, I've got the window open slightly, you might hear a chicken, all right? It's not mine. But you might hear the occasional chicken, all right? Just to warn you. All right, have I done this right? No, I don't think I have. Because I think it really wants to go round the other side, doesn't it? Let's do that then. So, it's just a bit weird because the speed controls are there. So I'm just going to take that out a little bit. That's it. And then you get less of my fat tummy and more of the mixer. So we've got the speed controls over here. It goes all the way up to 10, but for us, we need to do like between 4 and 6. And then we've got the milk here, and we're going to slowly add that in. Right. Da 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 da. Okay, fine. Gonna mix. Need to check the speed. All right. And then, because I've got the pouring guard, I can just slowly add that in. It's kind of a bit bizarre, there's no egg in this. All right. So I've added all the milk in. To a soft dough. Not 100% sure, that's very soft. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk in. I mean, I have got to get it out, and right. Okay, let's see how that goes. So we take the guard off, which has caught a bit. It's caught a bit of splashing and stuff. And then we unlock it. Now, it looks all right. You get the widget. Oh no, I think they're both in the wash. This is terrible scenes. Just need the spatula. Yep, okay. Let's give this a wash. So, I'm not particularly good at rolling pins, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how we go. Let's get that dry. Right. There we go. So you've got to roll it out, mix together with the milk to a soft dough. Roll out, cut into rounds, place on a greased baking tray. Fine. So we sort of twist this and then pull it off. Gosh, this is quite elasticy, quite doughy, which not sure whether I should have beaten it or not. And then that twists off here like so. We finish with a mixer, so we can unplug that. And what we'll do for the moment is just stick it on the ground, not over my wires. Right, let's go back to the other shot, shall we? Here we go. We'll leave that there like that because you don't need to see my face. Right, so what I've got here is a bit of countertop protector, and this is what I'm going to do my rolling out on and everything like that. It just saves the bench. Got it when I was about 15. Thank you for your comment there, Terry. Impressive mixer kit. Yeah, I'll try my best, don't I, eh? Right, so a bit of flour on the base. Bit of flour on the base. Cover up my Wallace and Gromit. So I'm just going to check this recipe again because I'm surprised it's not got any eggs in it at all. Butter, self-raising flour, baking powder, milk. These are West Country scones. And so I need half the mixture. Oopsie daisy. This is the trouble with this spatula thing, it keeps falling off the end. Right. Let me get a spoon out. Oh, I shouldn't have mixed this. Right. So I'm not going to try and roll. I'm not going to try and roll too much, to be honest, because I'm going to just try and almost push it into shape. I'm going to go with the back here. I'm going to get involved. Just going to push it out. Right, I'm not going to go too thin. I'm going to go like that. Gonna go like that. Right, what I need to do is grease up one of the baking trays. Just wash my hands again. It's all about washing your hands. Right. Yeah, that was a good call not to use the... So I've got some baking sheets here. Baking sheets are, just as they say on the tin really, mostly completely flat, apart from this one's just got an edge there. Okay, and I'm just going to grab a bit of butter, smear it on. Yeah, Terry, the reason for the mixer kit is I've always wanted one. And so I got it. And then one of the reasons for matting the kitchen is it incentivizes me to bake at least once a month. So I actually use it. Okay, so it's all greased there. Stick that over there. Stick that over here. And then I've got my cutter. Got my cutter here. Oh, hello to Dave. Dave Nicholson's joined. Morning, Dave. Welcome to this madness. Right, that is not very thick, but okay. We'll roll with it. It didn't say how thick it should be, but we'll roll with it. I would normally say an inch, but these are no way near an inch. So I'm going to just mould these back together and then push that out. And make another one out of those. And then make a sixth one probably out of this. Good morning, Dave. Never brings any cake into work though, Terry. Yeah, you're right. You're right, I don't. It's all right, I'll bring it in next week. Oh, you're not there? Oh, I'll bring it in the week after that. Oh, you're not there either then, Jeff. Oh. Jeff's about to go on a 3-week, if not longer, holiday. Right, I've got 6 there. Stick them onto my baking tray. One, 2. Oh, that one's rubbish. 3, 4, 5. And this is the dreadful one. It's probably going to fall apart in the oven. 6. All right, we've got 6 on our baking tray. So now, this is going to be interesting. I want to try and add some sultanas into that. Yes. Maybe we should do a after video. Why am I looking in the fridge for sultanas? After video taste test. Right. So I've got some sultanas here. For tasty scones and tea cakes. So I don't know how I'm going to get these mixed in. But hey, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Which do you prefer? Fruit or plain scones? Whenever I have a cream tea, I tend to prefer one of each. Come on, sultanas, in you go. Get with the plan. If not, you'll be burning on the top, which I think is what's going to happen. Right, I need some more flour for my base. Cheese scones. Yeah, it's a fantastic cafe in Cambridge. It's unfortunately not there now, called Afternoon Teas. Tease as in teasing someone. And she used to have a Super Scone Thursday and used to make cheese scones. They looked gorgeous as they came out the oven. She'd stick them up on the socials. Right. Come. Drop. Right. I think I've overworked this batter, but hey ho, we shall see. It ain't over until the fierce oven sings. I'm going to try and scrape out as much as I can. I hope you're enjoying these Facebook Lives, because you know you don't get much out of them, so I do appreciate you coming along for the fun. I don't think I'm ever going to you know, encourage you to get in the kitchen. Right, I'm going to do these thicker. I'm not going to get as many. I'm going to do these thicker. Right, where's my cutter? There it is. Staring you in the face. Okay. You're not getting a particularly good image from that one, are you? Let me just nip it down some more. There we go. That's better. Get that out of the way. I think it's zooming in. Right. Oh no, I want to get at least 4 out of this. So let's concentrate on shaping it a bit. One-ish. One, 2, 3, 4. All right. I might get 5 out of it with the leftovers. See, they're a bit thicker. Oh, I need to do my baking tray. Oh, what an amateur. What an amateur. This one seems... Never noticed this one's slightly different. Right, let's just march up this. Have a look at the comments. You need 4, 1 each for the viewers. Yeah, cheers, Terry. You're making sausage rolls, Dave? Nice. Nice. Do you buy the sausage meat complete, or do you sort of make your own sausage meat? Or do you actually just put the whole sausage inside? Some people squirt it in like almost from an icing bag. And then it's got to be puff pastry for me. I assume the same for you. Got to love a sausage roll. You've got to eat them straight out of the oven though, haven't you? What is the time? Oh, we're doing all right. Doing all right. And 2. 3. These are quite wet. Quite wet. I'm going to mix that together for my 4th. Chicken, or whatever it is quite irritating. I hope you can't hear it. I hope you can't hear this microphone rustling on me. Right. Hopefully there will be best sausage meat from a local butcher. Oh yeah, and puff pastry. Well done, Dave. Streaming your sausage rolls on Facebook. Sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? Right. One of the reasons that I have the protector is so it doesn't scratch the work surface. Cheese, right. Well, I'm going to have to do cheese next time. Next month, by the way, it's going to be cherry cake in March. Purely selfish reasons, once again, because it is Matt in the kitchen. It's my dad's birthday in March, and he loves cherry cake, so I'm going to make him one. Simple as that. Right, these are ready. Go in the oven. So 10 minutes. Down to the oven. Going to do 5 minutes. 5 minutes and then swap over. So set the timer 5 minutes, and then we won't forget that. Haven't got too much left. Pretty cleared out. You can see it's a massive bowl. 4.8 litres apparently. What am I going to do with that? Make a little circle, stick it on the tray. Right. Serve with jam and clotted cream. There's another question for you. What's your jam of choice when it comes to a cream tea? I normally go for a raspberry, actually. I find it adds a bit of extra tang to it all. Right. Strawberry's the classic. I normally go with raspberry. It's a little bit brighter. Look what I got here. Look what I've got here. The real deal. No messing. I'm going to leave that in the fridge. I'm reading all the comments. Right, lovely. Let's go up on this camera. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Marvellous. Marvellous. We don't want to go too high because we get that irritating light in the way. There we go. Right, I'm going to tidy down the decks. The baking powder. Stick the sultanas away. That'll go in my porridge tomorrow morning. Yum, yum, yum. Can you add local news headlines to the scrolling text? Of course I can. It's just an RSS feed, Terry. Right. So that's done. So that was the recipe book today. The classic 1,000 recipes. I'm not sure how long I've had it. Who knows? But we did West Country scones today. I'm still a bit concerned that I didn't add any egg, but hey ho. Never mind. I think people could get the local news from elsewhere, Terry. I don't expect they're expecting to see that. Right. So then, let's go back to this camera. while they're cooking, we've got 2 minutes on the timer. Oh, I've got my glasses. These aren't my new glasses. These are temporary glasses. That's the change from last month. Because I've had an eye test and I'm getting worse. So what I have to do is this and then this. Here we go. So last weekend, hello to my friends at Lakeland. Last weekend I purchased some marvellous 18 centimetre sponge tins. And what I'd like to do is just show you, lovely listener / viewer, how lovely these are. Okay, so first of all, they've got lovely Lakeland written on the side here. If we just go to the other image and we get rid of that one. They've got lovely Lakeland written on the side. And then you've got this disc here. It tells you how big it is, 18 centimetres, 7 inches. Lovely. And then that just sits inside there. You've got to make sure you do it the right way around, because you don't want the 18 centimetres, 7 inches to be imprinted on the bottom of your sponge. That sits in there, and job's a good one. And then when it's cooked, you just pop it out like so. It's non-stick, and this is really solid. Oh, our time has been finished. This is really solid. I can hardly bend this. Okay, so this is proper stuff. £9.99 from Lakeland. Thank you, Lakeland, for not sponsoring Matt in the Kitchen. Please think about doing so. That would be marvellous. Thank you, Ryan, on Lakeland's social media. Right. Stop that. Right, I need to just spin them around in the oven. This will be our first sign as to whether or not we're in for a disaster of a match. Oh, they're looking good. They are looking good. Right, concentrate. Yeah, looking all right. That's that. They've risen. That's something. 10 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. So that was my little Lakeland plug. £9.99. Buy one get one half price. There you go. Do you think I could be on QVC? I'd love to do QVC just for one day, because I would just ham it up so much. So yeah, really good. From Lakeland. It's where I also bought the jug from. All right, really good team, and I bought some mirror glaze from them as well. And the mirror glaze helped make a cake, yes, last week, which I have a picture of here. Just a bit of follow up while we're doing it. Cooking with Matt live at the conference. I still use my Granny Barrow's cookbook. Lovely. Yes, I could well do cooking with Matt live at conference. That's Mark who's joined. Thank you, Mark. Right, let me show you this picture. Here we go. That was my cake that we made, and we bought that mirror glaze from Lakeland. You just heat it up in the microwave for 30 seconds and then just pour it straight over your cake. Ruben, my son, decorated that with butterflies and the little chocolate strands. So it was pretty tasty cake. So thank you for those. Right. Thank you for your comments. Welcome. Lovely to have you all on board. Morning to Mark. Need to put another scone in the oven for Mark. Oh no. Well, we've got 10 in there. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right, Terry. Don't worry. I've got quite a lot of washing up. I'm not going to do the washing up live on Facebook because I think that's a bit boring, isn't it? What else have I got to show you apart from my lovely, thanks, Lakeland, not sponsored by Lakeland. Let's get rid of that. My lovely tins. The only other thing I've got to show you is my lovely on-air sign, which you can't quite see. I'm thinking about sticking it up on the fridge there. Yeah, Mark could be round in 5 minutes. I don't know if you're into scones, Mark. You're welcome to pop over. So here's my on-air sign. It's marvellous. It's a bit bright. It's a bit bright for the camera. My sister bought me that for my 40th birthday. So I thought I could make use of that. Light things up. Right. Reached the end of my cable there. So, got 2 more minutes. Let me just do a bit of tidying up because I need to get this flour out of the way. Granny Beryl's cookbook. Hey, Dave. Yeah, Jeff is saying that John Lewis sell it, which they do, for £75, which is quite expensive. Right, so I'm clearing this off. They could do with making just a slightly smaller one, really. And thus, slightly cheaper. But hey. Right, that's okay. What am I going to do when my scones come out? I'm going to pop them on a cooling rack. So let's get the cooling rack out. They're looking, oh, there's my timer. They're looking reasonable. Right, stop that. Right, being careful not to tread on my wires. And one of the downsides of now having to wear glasses all the time is I forget that they steam up, which is a bit irritating. Oh, okay. Let's get the least impressive ones out first. There we go. You can't see them. Let me just... over there. There we go. And the ones I made thicker. Oh dear. I got not very far to go. I also do not want to melt my cables. Right. Turn off the oven. Let's have a look. There. Are they cooked? Should I do the old trick? Not really a trick. Get a little knife in there and see whether it comes out clean. Yep. These ones have come out as biscuits, haven't they? That one's just a rodent. Not a rodent. Okay. Hey, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Size-wise, could do with being a bit bigger. But hey, where have I heard that from before? Right. Try not to burn myself. These slide off. One of the benefits of these baking sheets is they just slide straight off. You haven't really got to lift them. These are strong enough that it's not a problem. So then, that is 6 plain, well, 5.5. 5.5 plain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a blob of fruit ones. So, in an ideal world, what do you reckon to them? I think they look quite nice, but could do with being bigger. Yeah? So I think I could have done 9 or 10 and made them a bit bigger. They smell lovely though, and I got a nice little cut to them already caused by the oven, so that should open up quite nicely. And this one again, nice sort of browning to them, so I'm quite happy, but just a bit small. So I'll have my raspberry jam and clotted cream on those, and that is our Matt in the Kitchen for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you thought it looked good, picture quality wise. I think everything's been happy here my end. I don't think you should have seen anything weird. Oh, here's Dave here. Should have egg washed them first to get the nice brown effect. Yeah, I did think about that. But I don't think they're too bad in terms of brownness. But yeah, you do often get a sort of a nice layer which kind of adds to the bite, the mouth feel, as I believe they call it. I think Dave should be my sort of cooking supervisor. Just starting to rain outside, that's a bit of a bind. B-roll flour cookbook produced back in the 50s. That's what you're going to use for your sausage rolls. So I'm going to leave you here. We've been on for an hour, so that's plenty of time. Thank you for joining me, guys. Mark, Terry, Jeff, and Dave. Thank you very much indeed. And this will be available for replay on Facebook, also on the Matt in the Kitchen YouTube channel. But that will go up later on in the week, I think, because for now I need to stuff my face with scones and have really lovely ones. All right, thank you again for watching. Take care, tell your friends, please do share the page out, because we just want to get more people to watch and share. And although the benefit is, if no one does, it doesn't really matter, because I get to eat the cakes and I get to do a bit of baking. So I'm going to do some tidying up before the wife comes home and says, what have you done in this kitchen? And so thanks again. Please do share it to your friends on Facebook. Tell them that there's some guy does a Saturday morning bake. It's only once a month. Second Saturday of the month. Okay, second Saturday of the month. We do baking. Next month is going to be cherry cake. If you do have any recipes that you'd like me to make and you want to send my way, you are more than welcome. And if you are friends with a celebrity chef, they are more than welcome to join me in the kitchen. And Mark, if you want to join me in the kitchen, you're very welcome to. It will be the second week of March, the second Saturday of March, which I think is something like the 12th, something like that. Very near to your birthday, Mark. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra!